Oh, goodness, guys. So there I am, lying in bed, and I'm awake, and I'm thinking to myself, ooh, my alarm hasn't go off, or my alarm hasn't gone off. What time must it be? 6:30. I was thinking it's probably 5 minutes till. And I thought, oh, I'm just going to just go back to sleep until my alarm goes off. And then I was thinking, no, if you get up now, you can have more time to play your game. Just at least check what time it is. It was 7:40. Oh, I'm so late. Normally, when I'm late, it's because I was messing around on my video game. I'm late now because I overslept, which is why I'm still in my pajamas and my hair isn't brushed. But we are officially in review for three of my classes. We're close to review in Office. Oh, I actually need to start working more on law, but it's getting there. I hope everybody had a very great Christmas and all that jazz. I want to move this around because I talked about, I wanted to say last week, before I took the little break for Christmas, that Prince Charming is really good at Excel. So we're moving Excel around. And in its place, we'll do Microsoft Word and I'll do Excel after lunch with Prince Charming, and I won't be live streaming. So that means the live streaming schedule is 4 hours in the morning, 3 hours in the afternoon, and then maybe 1 or 2 at night. Okay. Let's save this. I'm not sure if I actually want to review for Intro to Marketing because I have a whole bunch of days planned for that where I just study the cards. Maybe I'll actually wait for the review days next week and instead focus on subjects where I'm really behind. So, oh, I'm so sleepy. I am not awake yet. We have homework to do. We need to put this in the proper playlist. And then we want to share this on Twitter. Oh, Carrie's back. Oh, that makes me happy. Okay. Before we begin, see, this is horrible because normally I have all of this completed before I start a live stream, but nobody messaged me. Did I send anything? I feel like I'm always sending out emails and waiting for them. Oh no, I did. I sent one to the International Trade and Payment Procedures professor. I don't need that. We can keep that open. Oh, you want to check Facebook? Because I think I asked stuff in the group yesterday. I don't remember. Okay, it doesn't look like anybody said anything. Okay. I think I'm gonna wait till next week to actually really start reviewing this because it's all about flashcards. I mean, I could read some of the cases. I think I'll start with international. See, I'm so far behind on law now. And see, I already know that I'm probably not going to work on German that much. It's only going to be an hour every day. Where am I in law? So I think I'm still only on chapter 3. Yeah, the reason why I'm ahead is that I actually ended up taking a break, which I'm so happy about because I feel like very energized now versus before. It's just like, I don't want to stay. lost that. But I still studied on Christmas Eve and Christmas, but I changed up my strategy because I studied marketing Christmas Eve and then I did international trade and payment procedures on Christmas Day. So that's why those classes are done. And then Excel is just done because I needed to work on exercises and nothing more. Okay, we'll work on law. This way I can feel better about it. We'll take the blue cards, return the green ones. And what chapter were we on? Oh, we finished slide 9. Okay, here we go. Study materials, law. Feel like oh, it was this one that I finished. This is slide 10. Okay. Okay. Oh, let's start the timer. Okay, actually we're looking at Instagram because people messaged me. Normally I would yell at people for going on Instagram, but quite literally, there are 3 students who are on Instagram who aren't on the Facebook chat, and we say hello to one another whenever we have issues. Oh, okay, they were just saying Merry Christmas. That's very kind. Clock. Start. There we go. Okay. Where's my pen? Okay, what's this? Okay. I need another one of these pens because, oh my goodness, I think it must be dying. I think this one was almost dead. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna give this one a break because it's annoying me. Oh, or maybe the tip of it is. I don't know. We'll just use the other one for a while. Okay. I need something because damn it's cold. Did I do the other cards? Okay, we're gonna finish up this one thing. Are there others? Yeah, she explains them so. Law is really slow. Goodness. International commercial law. We are still not done. Complete, and it's choice of court. Okay, let's put all this up. You know, the nice thing is that I don't feel so overwhelmed by law anymore. It's just very slow going. Okay, so let's mark down that I worked on law for the first hour here. Law and oops, not that one. Connects this out. All right, I am going to go get something to eat because holy crap, I'm really hungry. Let's also cross this off. And we can cross all of this off. And this too. And we will save. And we will go see what I can find for breakfast, which, oh goodness. There we go. Really don't like when people harass my chat. That's not cool. But as I've stated before, this is a dictatorship, not a democracy. You get blocked and banned. I'm going to deal with this first, so let's go. Ooh, cheeky. Okay, so you are blocked. Awesome. I'm going to go eat now. Or find a little snack or something. We're back. So now we're going to work on international trade and payment procedures. I just want to show, because I'm very proud of all my hard work. Like, this is a result of all the flashcards. And then these are all like important little concepts. Like, I had to make these little chart things. And there's even stuff on the back. So I worked really well during the little break, even though I did take a break, I still worked. Look at all my flashcards. And they're just in different colors because I was starting to really run out of the white ones. So I bought a whole bunch of colored flashcards just in case. Because I had run out of the white ones. So this is the part where I admit that I was a bad student. Oh, actually, no. It's bright enough that we can open the window. Get some fresh air. Or some natural sunlight. Well, okay. I mean, I don't think it's a huge difference because, well, I live in Belgium and unfortunately it's super cloudy. Let's see, here are the cases. So, admitting that I'm a bad student because I really didn't pay attention when she was doing the casework. Luckily, though, because I have some amazing friends. Oh, this is exciting. Let's put this down there. I was able to get the answers that we did in class, so I don't actually have to rewatch them just to get the answers, but I'm at least going to rewatch the first one so that I can see what she says. Of course, I might have to change my mind because I think like case one she did over 3 days, but maybe I can just skip over some of it. Get rid of this and this. Let's first see how long it is. Okay, so we have case one, part one, which is 32 minutes, and then case one, part two, which is an hour, and then case one, part three, which is also an hour. Okay, I think we'll try it out, see what it gives. And I don't think I need to put the timer because there just won't be enough time for the others, but this way I have. Actually, I should redo the case where she talks about that special thingy-madoo. And by thingy-madoo, I showed you the little graphs the schematic that I had to make. Which case is this? Oh, it's from case 2. Okay. Okay, so let's get out case 1. Because in any case, that's what we're working on. And okay, so we need this so we can put the rest of this back. So definitely this page, or this page, or this page, or this page. We need the question. So question. Okay, so we have to summarize. Okay, so this is a commercial invoice. This is a packing list. This is an original of something, but what is it? See, I feel like I've seen this before, and it has to do with like shipping. Okay, this is an import declaration. And this is a CMR. And this is another invoice. What is this one? So I guess we're gonna have to. Oh, it is a bill of lading. Okay, so I'm not a complete like moron. It is.
Session. Okay, so what do you need for this new part of the course? So what did we already do? We discussed all the theory, and now we are going to combine everything together in cases. And to make those cases, you need your case book. This is your case book. Where you have different cases and each time different documents and then questions related to a case. Now, what is important is that the 5 chapters of theory that we just saw, this will again be asked in multiple choice, comparable to what you have done on the test in November. Next to that, half of the exam consists of a case. We are going to make as much cases as we can during the lectures, but we won't be able to make all 6 of them, but that's no problem. You can always, I will, in the end, I will explain what you need to do if you want to make cases that we haven't discussed in during the lectures. But what is important here is that we will start with case 1, but then you will be asked to prepare the other cases that we are going to correct in the lectures. It's not possible to make all the cases without preparation. This is also a very good exercise to prepare you for the exam. So that's very important to do, to prepare everything. Many of these cases, except case 1, are old exam questions. So you can already see what type of questions you can expect on the exam. But we are going to start with case 1. So what I want to do is make sure that you see the documents that we are going to discuss and that I have a Word file next to that. You have the documents with you, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm writing down in words, that is also what you need to write down with regards to the case. Now, before we do that, we are going to do some preparation. The first step in solving these cases and also the questions related to the cases is having a look at each document. This is something that I'm not going to write down. Yeah, just tell me if I go too quickly. So the first document, what type of document is this? You can answer by speaking or you can write it down in the chat, but I will need some interaction here. What is this document? Who are the parties on an invoice? The commercial invoice, indeed. Who are parties on an invoice? Who are the parties on an invoice?
This would have gone so much faster.
Yeah, Ningbo Great Faucet. Who is that? The seller or the buyer? The seller, indeed. The seller. Okay, so Ningbo Great Faucet is the seller. Who is the buyer? Hidroko, indeed. Write this down on your document. Yeah? Write down, this is the seller, this is the buyer. When you look at this commercial invoice, what else do you see? For example, you can see that there are already some details given about the transport, that the transport is organized between Ningbo and Antwerp by sea. So what type of transport documents will we need to see? Transport by sea, so a bill of lading, indeed. What do we also see in terms of payment? TT at site. What does that mean, TT at site? This means telegraphic transfer at site. That's the same as a direct transfer. So, but we are going to talk about that later. I will write it down in a minute. What else do we see here? What is this? The Incoterm, SIF Antwerp. And then we can also see the description of the goods, Bras Valve. What is that, Bras Valve? Yeah, the first time that I've seen or that I saw this invoice, I also didn't know what it was. So let's have a look.
Okay. Brass valves.
This is a Bras Valve. So these are parts of water tap, yeah, that are sold. Okay, you can see here 22,600 pieces on 20 pallets. And what you also see, the amount here of the invoice, you can see that it is not in euro. Yeah, this is a Chinese seller, so this is a Chinese currency. And here the C numbers, what is that? Do you know what that is? Those C numbers, what could that be? Any idea? Those are the order numbers. And those are the order numbers to which Ningbo refers on the invoice. Okay, that's the first document. If I go too quickly or you have questions, you need to say it. Preparation is the key. I always do it that way. I look at the documents. I try to find out which parties are on the documents and what is the document used for, what kind of information do I find on the documents. That's easier to solve the first question. This is the second document. What is this? The packing list, indeed. A lot of information that is equal to what we found on the invoice. Yeah, the issuer is Ningbo Grade Faucet, so that's the seller. Then we have Hydroco, the buyer from Belgium. Again, we can see that it are brass valve products, 20 pallets. Here you can see some extra information. There is mentioned 1,270 carton, so those are carton boxes. On 20 pallets, over here. Again, some gross weight, net weight is included, measurements and so on. So a little bit more information about the goods. But a lot of similar information when you look at the invoice as well. Then, the third document. What is this?
This is the bill of lading.
A bill of lading, indeed. Which parties do we have on a bill of lading? And try to immediately give them the correct name. So I also see that Ningbo is here mentioned, but who is Ningbo on the bill of lading? What type of party is that?
The shipper.
The shipper, indeed. Yeah, the shipper is Ningbo. You can also see it on the bill of lading. The consignee is Hydroco. That's the party that will receive the goods. And who is the carrier here? No, not Hydroco. That's the consignee. And the notified party is also Hydroco. They need to be notified when the goods will arrive. Who is the carrier?
Costco,
Costco, indeed. Costco Container Lines. You can see it here above. Costco Container Lines is the carrier. You can also see it below. Here you can see Costco Container. But what is mentioned here?
As agent?
As agent. What do we have on this document? Not only the shipper, the consignee and the carrier, but also the agent. What kind of agent?
Isn't it a general forwarder?
Yeah, shipping agent or the ship's agent. Just a minute, there is a colleague of mine in trouble. I will need to send a message that I cannot help. Is mentioned Costco Shanghai Container Shipping Company or Shipping Agency. Costco Shanghai Container Shipping Agency. You cannot clearly see it on the exam. If there is a ship's agent, it will be clear. You will see it very good on the bill of lading, but here you cannot easily read it. But we will come back to that later on. So this is what is mentioned on the bill of lading. Do you remember which party draws up the bill of lading?
The carrier?
Not the shipper. carrier. The carrier draws up the bill of lading, or it can be a ship's agent on behalf of the carrier. Yeah? What else do we find over here? Yeah, again, some information about the documents. This is also important information. What is this?
The ID code. I can't remember what it's called though.
Owner's code,
That's
indeed.
it.
Not the container code, the owner's code. Very important that you use the correct concept. And here, yeah, you have signed for the carrier as agent, so you know that there is a ship's agent. What else can you also find on this document? Again, what we already know, that the goods have been transported from Ningbo, the port of loading, to Antwerp, port of discharge, with this vessel, Cosco Oceania 022W. This is the name of the ship. This is all information that is given on these documents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What is document 4?
An import declaration.
Yeah, import declaration. How is this called?
An import declaration.
Customs declaration, but there's another word as well. No. The SAT, single administrative document. This is the document, or that's the same as an import declaration, but it can also be an export declaration, of course, that is used to clear in the goods. Because we are, Hydroco in Belgium is the consignee, is the importer. So what kind of parties, what are the parties that are related to this document? So I just said the importer, the consignee. As you can see, it is not mandatory to fill in the name of the exporter when we import in the European Union. Hydroco needs to be filled in because they are the importer. And which party or parties do we also have?
The exporter, which you just said. Maybe like a customs agent?
There's no carrier mentioned on this. Yeah, the declarant. And who is the declarant here? Newman Shipping. And what is this Newman Shipping and Agency? It is the declarant, but what kind of party is this? How do we call them?
Aren't they the customs agent?
It's all coming back to me now.
It's really mellow.
Do you know that song of Celine Dion?
No.
You need to know everything of theory. How is this type of company called?
Obviously nobody knows. No, I remember paying attention during this part because I thought it was important. I just didn't take notes. I'm guessing she must think that people are going to look up the answer.
Anybody? No, not a consignee. A party. So we are talking about the declarant. You can see that the declarant is Newman Shipping and Agency. So there is an external party that Hydroco made use of to fill in the customs declaration.
Okay, so they are the customs agent.
How do we call such party? Not customers agent, customs agent. Very good. Yes, customs agent. So this human shipping and agency is a customs agent, indeed. There is a lot of information on this overview that we already know. Yeah, like, what do you see here? So we have the owner code, but what is this?
Where the stuff is coming in?
793-805-802.
The seal number.
The seal number, yeah, the seal code or the seal number. So this means that the container is sealed. Yeah. Okay. Then next document. What is this?
The CMR.
The CMR. Why do we use this document?
For road transport.
Yeah, indeed, for transport by truck, yeah, so road transport. Again, we have different parties on this document. First of all, K1700. Who is this?
That's the port, the dock, where the ship came in.
What party is mentioned in box number 1? The shipper, indeed. This is a shipper, K1700 in Antwerp. But this is something special because this is an address that is situated in the port. So this is a specific type of intermediary. This is a cargo handler or a freight handler in the port of Antwerp that is the shipper of the goods. So you need to imagine that the goods are entering the port of Antwerp, and that there is a specific K in, or key, is it? If I don't, is it K or key?
Who
I think
cares?
it's key that you need to pronounce it, but I'm not sure. Yeah, there's a specific key. Can somebody tell me if it's K or key?
Oh my goodness. It's not that important.
Key, like key of a lock, right? Yeah, okay. So a specific key in the port of Antwerp.
Now, I'm wondering, how do you say this?
Key.
Okay, it is key.
They have taken the goods from the ship, and they have sent the goods to here at box 2, the destination, Hydroko in Capelle op den Bosch. So Hydroko is the consignee. Transport hazards, who is that?
The transporter?
The carrier, yeah. Transport hazards is the carrier, but you can also see that there is another one, Traverbo. Who is Traverbo then?
The subcontractor.
Box 6. Look in your notes. Yeah, indeed, the subcontracted carrier. That's right, Pauline. So we have the main carrier, which is Transport Hazard. They got the assignment for transport, but they have subcontracted the transport through to Traverbo. And Traverbo is the party that actually does the transport. Yeah, and the subcontracted carrier. But again, the same things that are written down. Then the last document. What is this?
It's an invoice.
It's an invoice from whom to whom?
From Hydro to, oh no, it's from Costco's to Hydro.
Yeah, but The carrier was not Costco Belgium, but the carrier was Costco Container Lines.
You need anything in particular from the store?
The chocolate cappuccino.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the fridge is still kind of full.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to buy stuff.
Okay, we need bread. Okay.
And I'm waiting for at least tonight. Probably I'll sell tomorrow.
Okay.
During those leftovers. I'll go back on Monday.
Okay. Yes, sweet.
Yeah, it's from Costco to Hydroco. Costco is an intermediary that has organized some things for Hydroco. They organized the clearing in. They organized the transport from the port of Antwerp to Capellen op den Bosch. And what type of intermediary does that? And what clearing in, they organize that has container lines. Yeah, from?
I missed what she was saying. It's an invoice.
It's an invoice from whom to whom? Yeah, from?
I think it's from Costco's.
Yeah, but the carrier was not Costco Belgium, but the carrier was Costco Container Lines. Yeah, it's from Costco to Hydroco. Costco is an intermediary that has organized some things for Hydroco. They organized the clearing in. They organized the transport from the port of Antwerp to Capellen op den Bosch. And what type of intermediary does that? Organizing things for another party.
General forwarder? It's always a general forwarder.
A general forwarder? Yeah, indeed. A general forwarder will do that, or a commission forwarder. We do not know specifically what type of forwarder it is, but a general forwarder is certainly not a wrong answer. Okay, that's the preparation, and what you can see now are 6 questions about the case. The first question, summarize the transaction and give all the parties involved in a transaction, is a very important question, because this question will certainly be asked on the case, on the exam for the case. You will always have to solve this first type of question. You need to give information about the goods, about the packaging, about the route, the delivery condition, and the method of payment. And you need to give every information that you have about that. I will show you how you need to solve this for this case, for the other cases, and also on the exam. Then we need to discuss the commercial invoice and the packing list. We need to discuss the bill of lading, what kind of bill of lading is used, and discuss all the completed boxes. We need to discuss the single administrative document and then the related boxes. Discuss the CMR. And discuss the invoice of Costco Belgium. Okay? So, now I'm going to start typing in words. Okay. So, case 1, question 1. So what is asked is summarize the transaction. First of all, which goods? What do you know about the goods? There are 22,600 pieces of brass valve. That is what is sold. Allee, had het even niet. Okay, what do you know about the packaging? Pallets, yeah. How much? Yeah, indeed. There are 1,270 carton boxes on 20 pallets. And what else? In what are they packed in? Yeah, in a sealed container. Seal number was how much? Or what was what? Yeah, 793-802 with owner codes.
Wait, what was the seal number?
Yeah, 793. With owner codes. Just a minute, I'm going to make this a little bit smaller so you can see everything in one way. With owner code CBHU 3856414. That is everything that you know about the packaging. If you write it down like that, you would have all your points for this part of the question. Okay, any questions about that? Yeah, no questions. No, you don't have to make a sentence. If you write it down like this, it would be perfect. You don't have to write an essay. You can just also in bullets, for example, if you prefer that, that's also fine. Let's talk about the route. Where does the route of the goods start? In Ningbo. Ningbo, China.
It's not Ningbo. That's the name of the company.
There you have the port of departure. Nee, die heeft mij gewisseld. And then they travel to the port of Antwerp, and they travel by ship. The name of the ship is Cosco Oceania, and they travel to the port of Antwerp. Belgium. What happens then? Because that's not their final destination.
Excuse me. Do you need to write the address down as well from the ports? Or
No. No, you don't have to write down the address. No, no. If you just write down the city and the country, it's okay.
Okay, thank you.
From the port of Antwerp, what happens then?
They go to the K.
By truck. Do you have any information about the truck? Like the car plate or the license plate of the truck? If you look at the CMR, you can see over here that the license plate is given 1 DPR 118. So 1 DPR 118. And indeed, we go to Kapellen op den Bos. That's the route. The delivery condition, I guess you already know that, SIF Antwerp. So in the question, that will be given on the exam, there is always explicitly mentioned what you need to give of information. So each item that is discussed here needs to be given. Okay, we are first going to take a 15-minute break and then we come back to solve the rest of the case. I will leave this open so you can write it down if you are not finished. But I will
Okay.
put this off.
That's a good start. I remember now why I stopped taking notes. So I got frustrated. No, I forget who it was, but somebody mentioned that she does her classes like Dora the Explorer. Which, now that somebody pointed that out, I cannot like unsee that. But the cases are actually a lot easier than they're just a lot easier. Whew. Still tired. So we're gonna take a little break. Did I set the, oh no, I did set the timer because I was just gonna watch the first part. Okay, let's write down what I started. We are all kinds of messed up. Hold on. This comes at the end. So I'm just gonna write it on the back. Started C1. We might work into the rest of the case tonight. Next we have office. So let's take a break. Okie dokie. Let's oh. Man. Okay, let's see. Nobody's emailed me. That's not cool. That's a third word. Because I need to be on Blackboard for that. Yeah, the only thing is I didn't mark. Or maybe I only really watched part 1. Can't remember if I understood part 1 or not. I think I did, because I don't think mail merge gets difficult. Business office, advanced word, mail merge. I don't think that gets difficult until the end. Yeah, because it's all about using the tags. Yeah, let's actually open a new word. See what I can do. Yeah. How long is part 2? It's only 24, so we'll start it now. And here we go.
So this is a little bit of more explanation regarding exercise 3, the Belgium exercise. So we have the data file. The data file, this is the normal one, address is belgiumclients.x. And I've changed that and I've added a column gender. So if I start from my basic Word document again, it looks like this.
Now, you see here on the left that this is basically a big table. So if I want to add gender to this file, I can add a column. I'm going to click in my table somewhere. Yeah, I know that in my first rows, the name of the fields are indicated. I'm going to put gender there. And then, of course, I'm not going to do that because our document is 10 pages long. I'm not going to do that right now, but I know I have to send this letter to the business clients. So, for example, Ina is female, Christine is female, Christoph is male, and I can set up my whole document like this. So if I have a field that indicates, I'm not going to save that because I've already made that. So this is the document where I added the gender for all the business clients. Okay. So what happens now? First of all, I'm going to save this because this was my exercise, but I want to show you something as well. If you open a document where you've already set up the link with the data file, when you open it, you think you will get an error message. This will happen all the time because at this moment, Word kind of forgot the link to your data file. So I click, do you want to continue? Yes. And what I'll have to do is continue. And apparently when I move on, there is my link set up correctly. So if I go to my document, I set it up like usual. I add my data here. Remember, you select your recipient, so you put in a link to your Word document. You know you have to send this letter only to your business clients. So that is a filter that you need to apply. You have to set the field client profile equal to business. And in the exercise, it also indicates that you need to sort your letters by postal code first, and if there is a postal code for a few records, then you need to sort on address. So that's set up correctly. So if I take a look now at my, you see that it takes time to process those data. Why is that? Because I'm using a Word file. Word files are not ideally used for data sources, and that takes a bit of time. So I've indicated a few fields here, the address, and you see here I've indicated, I'm going to remove that sir thing, then I'm going to show you again. I want to say here, dear Mr. Frenet or dear Miss Janssens. So I need to put something here. If I take a look at my review, I just have this, but I want the indication Miss or Sir here. What I need to set up for that is a rule. And the rule is basically if in the gender field there's an M, then I need to add Sir. And in the other cases, I need to add M. So if I do this, when I use a rule, I select if then else. So if the surname, that's not correct, it needs to be the field gender. If the gender field is equal to M, to male, then I need to place Sir. Otherwise, I need to add Miss. If I do this, you see, I'm going to add space because otherwise these two will be connected together. You see it says here, Sir. Sometimes when you make this, it will say Miss. Don't worry about that. The importance is if we take a look at our results. There are a few things that we need to check. First of all, my postal addresses need to be sorted. So take a look at the address section here at the top. If I go to the first one is 3,500 Hasselt, so H. And it is this address, Paul Belfroy Laan. This one's Hasselt as well. So basically, there is something not okay yet with my sorting of my addresses. The postal codes are okay, and I need to. Apparently, I have a lot of customers from Hasselt, but you see when I go up that it is indeed sorted on postal code. Then, if you take a look at the line where we address the person, you see here Jan, and it is indicated Sir. It's all like this, Miss van der Voort, and I see if I take a look at the address, indeed the person is called Nancy. So depending on the gender that you have in your document, it uses a certain address. Okay. So that's something for exercise number 3. I'm going to take a look at the course material right now. So if we move down in this document, so I would suggest that you make these exercises because there you will have an exercise like that on the exam. In the exam, there will be a mail merge. That's already for sure. What do you mean, Bill? Can it print automatically with different names? Maybe it's better that you put on your mic.
Yes, I mean, do I have to always change the name and then print it, or can it do it itself and then just change the names?
Yeah, so if you have your letter, you have your template ready with your data inserted, then you have to press, for example, edit individual documents. I'm going to click OK. I'm not going to edit them, but I'm going to the next step. You see now that my computer is working, and I have all the documents where the correct data are inserted, and you need to take a look here at the bottom left of your screen. It takes some time because this is not an operation that is done just in a second. So every record that you have in your data file generates a new letter. So here you see, I hope it's nearly finished. You see here in the left bottom corner that I have 35 letters, and every letter, if you take a look at the sections, every letter is placed in a different section. So basically, mail merge is about not doing anything yourself. Mail merge is about letting Word doing the work for you. So you don't have to change addresses or names or whatever. If you click on the last button of the mail merge process, and that is this one here, finish and merge, then automatically Word combines your data file with your template file, and it generates the, let's say, final letters that need to be sent out. Is that the answer to your question, or?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, okay. So, if we take a look at the course materials on page 12, we see a new section, and that is labels. And in labels, first I explain if you need to print, for example, a label that has to be on a package that you need to send out. So basically, that is for one label. I'm going to show you first how to do that. So if you go to your words, you see we have two things here, envelopes and labels.
Wait, where are you?
I'm just going to open that in another window here on my other computer.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. So mailing.
So we go to Word
Oh,
first.
God, I'm stupid.
Going
It's
to
right there.
close all my
Yeah.
documents. And I'm going to start from scratch from a new empty Word document. So I have here a section on the left. Don't worry about all the Japanese stuff that is standing here. That's because I have a Japanese language packet installed on my computer. So it adds a few extra things here and there in my menus. So if I have, for example, an envelope or a label that I need to make, well, I click on envelopes. A dialog window will open. If my Word is responding, yeah. And you see, it really doesn't matter on what you click, envelopes or labels. You can switch between those two. So let's say, for example, I need to make a label to someone. So, for example, Mieke Reinders, and she lives in, she's a teacher at Vives campus Kortrijk, so that is Doornikse Steenweg, some number that I forgot for the moment, and 8,500 Kortrijk. So you see here that this is a label I'm making. I can choose, do I want a full page of the same label, or do I need just this one label? You see here on the right side that a label is the address that I'm having will be positioned here in the top left corner. Now, of course, if I want to print this, then I need special printing paper. Then I need paper with labels on. Of course, if you go to a shop, for example, in Belgium, we have the Ava or the Atita who sell labels. Well, let me say you, there are thousands different types of labels. So if you need a label, for example, you see here a lot of brands that sell labels. So if I say, okay, I look on the box, because that's something you really need to do. So if you want to print or if you work with labels, just don't grab a few pages and take them to your printer. Take the whole box, because you need the specification of the label that's on the box. So for example, I need to, I have here a certain label. Okay, it's this one, and I see here on the right side, if I select the label, what the sizes are. 2.5 centimeters high, 4.83 centimeters wide. If I click OK, well, if I print it, and I'm going to print this to, I hope this will work, to a PDF file. No, it comes out of my printer right now. So let's see if I can change that again. No, it's gone. I have to remake it. Well, I don't know if you can see it on my camera, but it's very small in the left top corner. of my page. So basically, when you need to print an address, you can do it like that. But of course, that's very useful if you need to print one thing. But if you need to print, for example, all the attendees to a congress, it's a bit annoying because basically we don't want to print that one by one. So what we can do, you see here in the section in the ribbon mailings, we have, if we start a new mail merge, we have an option for labels. And we are going to select this ourselves. So if I take a look in the course materials, you see that I have selected a certain type. I'm going to take the same type. Avery is a very well-known brand for that. And then you have to look on the box and select that number. Of course, if they only gave you a few pages of labels, you can also always here at the bottom, you see new label. What does that do? Well, if you don't exactly know the number, you have to take a ruler and start measuring. And you can add all the measurements here, and then you have your the definition of your label paper as well. So if I select, for example, the 18,021, you see what happens to my page. My page gets divided into basically the different labels that will be on that label paper. So I see here I have 4 labels next to each other, and I have a few ones at the bottom. So now what I can do is I can use my source file. So if I say select recipients, I have all my attendees for my congress. I have arranged them in an Excel file. So I'm going to go to my Excel file, and it's this one, AII seminar. I have here 2 pages with data. I'm going to select the first one, and you see what happens. Automatically, a field code is placed in your document. Remember, I haven't showed you that when we were working with letters. When we were working with letters, there was also a field code inserted. At the end of each page, the field code next page was inserted, or next section, because every letter was put on a new page, so was put in a new section. Here, when I have all the data here in one label, okay, Word needs to know, okay, you have to go to the next record in that data file. So let's check what fields I have to insert on my label. I have for my attendees, I have the last name, the first name, the name of the school that they represent, and the town of the school. So I'm going to add that. I'm going to say, okay, the first name will be added. The last name will be added. Then I'm going to a next line. Then I'm going to add the name of the school. And then I'm going to add the town of the school. If I click on preview, you see this is how my label will look. Of course, that isn't very nice. If I take a look at layout, I don't like that layout a lot. And of course, I only have the label of the first record in my data file. So if I click on update labels, you see what happens. The data are added to all my labels on my sheet. If I take a look now, I see this. But what happens if, for example, we take a look at this label? Yeah, the place, the town of this person, because the name of his school is so long, it is put on 2 lines. The town isn't visible yet. Okay, not a problem. This is a regular Word document. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start layouting my label. I want the name of the person centered in my document. I want the town and the school in a smaller font. Say this. And how shall we do that? Well, let's say we will center this as well. And maybe even the town, I'm going to put it even smaller.
Yeah,
I'm going to put an 8 there. And let's say, for example, I want the name of the person on my label. It must be indicated in red, and I want to have it underlined. Okay, I'm going back to the tab Mailing. I'm going to take a look at my preview. Of course, if I click on Preview, what do you see? Well, it's again only the first record. So I press my button Update Labels again, and now it looks like this. So then you can do a quick review on your labels. Do they all look okay? Well, that's nice then. Then you can continue to printing. Let's say, for example, I'm going back to home, to my layout of my table. Maybe it is nicer to work in the preview, so I'm first going to select my preview. What if I want to add a logo of the organization that gives this meeting or congress? Well, that is something you can do as well. So, for example, if I say Insert Pictures, let's check, for example, if I have the Vives logo. Yes, I have that here. Of course, this logo now is way too big. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller, and I'm not going to this is something that we will see next lesson, the handling of pictures. I have to use the wrapping to make it even better. So I'm going to position it here, and this I'm going to make it look like this. So if I go to my preview, I'm going to update my labels. You see the logo is a fixed object. It is not something that comes out my data file. So it is put on every single label. So I'm going to put out my markings. And basically, yeah, this looks like a nice layout for labels. Okay. If I take a look at the course materials, then you have 3 exercises to make for that. So you can start by making them. Let's say we start again 12:40 because there's a last thing I need to explain, and that is lists.
Okay, yeah. Oh my goodness, my brain is like. I mean, I should watch because, hold on. How long? This is 30. We need the calculator. We have, it's right there, 37 minutes plus 6 plus 13 plus 20 plus 16. So that's like a day and a half. I think I need to watch the last one. maybe even the next one. But there we go, because we're on day 8. Because I need to get this done by the 10th so that I can start reviewing everything on the 29th. Okay, Bill. Let's start the next one then. It's 21. I might even. No.
I'm going to do that. So if we go, you've already but I don't think you've finished that exercise yet in the part before that. So the letters for the same seminar, you need to make an attendance letter. And there it says, okay, every town needs to be placed between brackets, between round brackets. So if I take a look at my labels, okay, this is nicely done. But you see what happens when there is some information missing. That's not nice. That those two empty brackets, round brackets, are standing here. So there is another way to work with that. What we need to do is basically, this is a setting regarding a certain field. So for example, if I'm putting an extra layout feature on the field town school, so if this field isn't present, well, then I need to change that. So I have here, if I right click on that field, I have update field and I have edit field. So I'm going to open edit field or click on edit field and my field window opens. You see here, we know that window from the previous chapter. It is a merge field that I've placed in there. So let's say, for example, I want this field automatically to be placed in uppercase.
Cool.
And you see here 2 options, 2 field options. The text to be inserted before this field, I will put there my round bracket. The text to be inserted after the field, I'm going to put in my bracket as well. But what will happen now, that is if that field isn't filled in, then it won't show those round brackets. So if I do this, you see it is automatically placed in uppercase and it has the round brackets. I make sure that it is done for all my labels. I can't see that right now for the other ones because it isn't shown. My field codes aren't shown. But if I go to preview of my labels, if we take a look at Betty here again, last record in the second row, then you see those round brackets aren't indicated. So there is a bit of a difference between just typing in the round brackets, because then they will show on everything whether the field is filled.
Okay, I have to say, like, all the people in her list have the most Dutch names. Everybody's last name is like Van or De. And just like Van Spanwa, Van den Huis, Van den Broek, Van den Meerschot, Van Rees, Van Kouwenberg. It's just, I really appreciate that. That's one of the fun things when you move abroad, is that you have different, we're going to say, what are they? Commonly used names and last names, and it's normally very different from what you're used to.
So if you do it like that, just by...
Yeah, the only bad thing to that is that sometimes you get names and you don't know if it's like a masculine name or a feminine name. And there was a name recently that I saw, I think it was like Micah, and it's M-I-E-K-E. And I assumed that it was like an alternative spelling for Mike, and just assumed that it was a boy's name, but no, apparently it's a very feminine
I click
name.
right on a certain
And what was it?
field and choosing edit field, then you can set up a lot of options. This is also explained in the previous section.
It's
where
a
we talk
variant of
about
Maria.
letters.
That's what
But
it
in
is.
that section, I didn't explain it to you, but now it is an ideal location to do so. Okay, so I'm going to minimize this one.
Okay, we're actually going to take a little break because I have to go pee. We're also going to see if the kids are still alive. So be back in a couple shakes. We'll leave this here. That's good. Okie dokie. Let's go back.
And if we go back to the course material, also enough to make and for each mark those if ever for those occurred. I'm going to do that again. And so If I go, don't forget, basically this is also a normal Word document. I can do layout of this, I can change font size, etc. So if I go to my insert menu, I go to the place where I have my label sort, I insert it. Next lesson we will see what this wrap text thing is about, but I can insert a label, and let's say now, for example, in this one I'm going to put it here somewhere. I can just position my info correct. Okay, I go back to mailings. You don't have to be afraid to switch between in the ribbon between mailings and home. All your info is still available there. If I click on update labels, you see that all the info is updated. If I go to my preview, you see that it is changed like that. Okay, position of my town could be better for the moment because apparently I haven't centered that field. Ah, no, it's not centered anymore. So if I do this, and let's say I'm going to center this one as well. So both the name of the school, maybe I should center the name as well again, so that it is all nicely centered. I'm going to update my labels, and you see that looks a bit better again. Okay. No pictures for the wine example. Let me check. No. Present. That's a fee. When you make a list or a catalog, and in the course materials on page 15, you see here, for example, a name list. Each name that's here represents a record. This is one record. Theo de Meijer is one record. So basically, after a record, I can't add a new page. So I have to go to the next record, but I can't insert a next section or a page enter at that time. So if you go to take a look at your Word, you see here that if you want to start a new mail merge, we won't be using letter, but we will be using this one here, directory. So if we use directory, we can make sure that when we want to take a look at our next record, we will not insert an end of page or an end of section or whatever. We will just add new record and it will be put on the next line. So basically, if you want to make this example, we insert the data, they come out of a data file. You see here as well, I have some formatting. The name, address, postal code, and town are indicated in some borders. So again, this is an example of, okay, mail merge is not just the tab mailings, but you can go back and forth between the different tabs in your ribbon. So we will take a look at how this code will look. If I want to make a list like this one here with all the names, well, we will take a look, because we haven't done that yet so far. We will take a look at field codes that are inserted. So you can make that yourself, basically, if you add those codes. Again, you also can apply paragraph formatting. So remember when we were working with large documents, we had a few options like keep with next, which meant if we have a title in heading 1 and we have text beneath it, and we are at a certain place in our document, we don't want the title to be on page 1 and the rest of the document on top of page 2. No, we said, okay, and the style heading that we use for that title, we are going to add the option there, keep with next, so that if I reach the end of my document and that situation would occur, my title on page 1, the text on page 2, no, they move together to page 2. So you can use that here as well, because here we will make an exercise about the different colors, and we will position it 5 lines, an empty line, and then the next block of 5 lines. And we don't want those 5 lines to be split. We want these 5 lines to be kept together. So this is also an example of formatting that we can use. Okay, so this is the example that we are going to make. I see that we have still 5 minutes. If we don't make it, I'll make a recording and I will put it online so that you can check. So we have, if we go to our documents, the raw colors, you see here we have an XLSX file with the different colors in it in a few languages, English, Dutch, French, I think it is. In the meantime, I'm going to go to my Word document. I'm going to open a new empty Word document. I'm going to go to the tab Mailings, and I'm going to add here Directory. You see, nothing happens yet. I hope my Excel is open in my other screen. So you see I have here this, and instead of printing it like that, which is, if I go to Control P, this really doesn't look nice. I can do some formatting here as well. But if I want, for example, if I have a smaller table and I want the smaller table to be added to a Word document, then I can fix that. I can embed it, but there are more, let's say, elegant ways to fix that. Okay, I'm not going to change anything on that document, and I'm going to work here. So next step in my mail merge, and this is my document structure. I have an existing list that I want to add. I will use my list with the colors. My info is on page 1, and I am using headers. So if I take a look at the fields that I can insert, I have this. Now, let's say, okay, I want a layout which should look a bit like a table. I can add a table and then insert my records in this, or I can first, and this is more likely to be done that way, I can first add all my info. So the first one that I need to add is the RAL code. Then I'm going to add a tab, let's say, for example, at 4 centimeters. Going to use my tab. I just ticked the tab button. I'm going to add the name in English. Then I'm going to add a tab at 8 centimeters. I hit the tab button. I'm going to, no, wrong button. I'm going to add the name in English, in Dutch, and then I'm going to add another tab, 12, and I'm going to put the name in German. But of course, I need to tap my key, and I see now that I've added a wrong tab. I've added a centered tab, and I want to change a left aligned tab. So I'm going to double click on it, and I'm going to select the tab of 12 centimeters, and I'm going to say it must be left aligned. Okay. If I take a look now at my results, this is what I have. I don't have the other records yet, and I don't have my title. So I'll go back and I'll insert here, and I'm just going to type literally text. So this is the English word, this is the name of the color in Dutch, and this is the name of the color in German, or I'm going to put it in the native language in Dutch. So if I take a look at my document, I see that I don't have the field codes yet for my other documents or my other records. So if I take a look at the course materials, you see that I need to add here at the end, I need to add the field code next. And I need to do that here before I update my fields. So we know, previous lesson, that I can, if I use Control F9, that I can indicate my field code. Remember, Alt F9 gives you the field codes. Don't take a look at the layout of this, because of course the words of the field codes are way longer than the content of my fields. So this is the right look of it all. Okay, I see that it's time. I'm going to make a recording of this complete exercise so that you can take a look here, because I still think I need 5 or 10 minutes. So I will stop here, and then you will find the recording, let's say by tonight or something, let's say by tomorrow, in the Toledo course. Okay. So then you can make the exercises for this section as well. And so for me, on my to-do list is making sure that you have the right start files, because some are missing, and the recording of a list.
Okay, yeah, she totally never did that because there isn't an next part to that. So
okay, then I'll see you next week.
Which is not cool because we don't know what happens. Okay, so we're going to say finish tentatively. Let me double check because I'm gonna go to Facebook. And we want to do the school group. Question or words. For part 3, did you call it lists? So for Word, in part 3, I'll merge list. Okay, let's bring this a bit closer because like being hunched over typing. The last part, let's shoot up with the last part. Niet op de trap spelen. Okay, so we have that done. Let's cross. We're still in week 1, exit, or strike and save. Now we're in German. So in German, we were going to make flashcards based on I'm wondering if I should maybe, because she said in teams, what is her name? Yeah, holidays. I'm still going to send her an email, and I think I'll also do it 3 teams because I mean, I don't know if it's going to be on the test, but I'd still like to know how to do it. So new message. Mail merge and Lois. It's double, triple check. It is not learning material. There's something that I didn't check here. So what am I missing? 4 of 5. Oh, it's this materials. Normally, okay, there we go. Let's go to Blackboard. Because she has her stuff like meticulously labeled. So let's go all the way back to September. Because I think this is from stop. That was all video coming. Yeah. Mama needs to keep my counter. Okay, that's done.
Start the recording. So today is the last lesson. We will cover 4 topics today, small ones, working with pictures, tables, foot and end notes, and bibliography. So basically all very small.
Okay, yeah, so that's all the stuff from the last lesson, so I think she just forgot. You stated that you had uploaded on Tomato, but now it's going to give me an auto respond. That's fine, unstated. Auto response. We could contact you here. Contact you here. Contact you here. Elmer lesson complete. And how to finish it. Happy holiday. Oh, I'm doing well. Email. Send an email. Landlord's live lesson was incomplete. It stated that she'd add a recording on Toledo on how to finish it. And see under let me first see, because I really don't see it, because you have tables, tabs, bibliography, endnotes, footers. Then she's so meticulous, so it would have to come after that. So yeah, we'll just say we're sending a friendly reminder. A friendly reminder. Reminder, unless it's not going to be on the test, in which case, don't care. Yeah, I understand that she's out of office, so we're not going to watch this because there won't be enough time. And that's done, and now we're on to German. See, now it's getting really warm. Okay, where is everybody? Like, the internet seems so quiet right now. Like, I can't imagine that people are still like doing the whole Christmas thing because it's over. Of course, I'm probably a little biased because I'm just not a Christmas person. By the way, this is tea from yesterday and it's really cold. But this is actually so good. It's this, oh yeah, it's no point in because it's backwards. It's Tulsi Clarity, and it's a sacred blend of flowering with vibrant clarity. But it has Tulsi leaf blend, green, Rama, purple, Krishna, and lemon Vana. And it's delicious. Like, I'm not really that big on flowery tea, like, but Puka is really surprising me. Like, I'm keeping the little packets of the teas that I really like so that I can order them. Like this mint tea that has rose in it was delicious. Free cinnamon, oh my gosh. Oh, it was so great. Which, by the way, if you want to see pretty little foofy photography pictures, you should follow me on Instagram because I have pictures there. Okay, so let's open up my German file. And we're going to do study materials. We're on German now. You want vocab from this. And one of the things that I wanted to work on because I think plurals in okay, actually we'll do the table versus the tables. Okay, so it's always the, I think. The glass, the glasses. Okay, so it's always, it's probably the child, asking the children. Okay, so plurals are always the. Always the. If we're using noun in the plural form, we always use the same article D. So it is. So what we're going to do is, actually, no, Know what we're going to do? We're going to use the tab and 8. Okay, why isn't it working? No, really. There we go. Why isn't it? Um, okay, let's. I didn't want to do that. Fudge. Why is. Okay, let's go up here. Okay, cool. So we have our tab set up. We don't have our tab set up. Okay, now we do. So it would be the telephone. Okay, let's. Select all from one tab. There we go. Does that work? Yes, it does. So tab. A telephone tab. There's the telephone. Sure. Why isn't that right? Oh, that's why. See, this is why I wanted. Telephone near a verb. People. It's not, it's German. Why am I doing this? I have like an actual book that has verbs. Duh. I love how I buy books and it's like, I never use them. So is there an index in the back that just lists all of them? And watch it not be in here. It's not. So in this one. Okay, see, this is what makes me mad is that this is a verb, German conjugation, where I don't think this verb exists in German. Okay, no, it does. So yes, it is a verb. So we'll say verbs are green. verbs are green. Okay, here we go. There's a lady riding on a scooter. I want to do that when I'm old. Let's set a timer for this. I'm gonna have to change my phone background because it's not Christmas anymore. The is that correct? No, bad. Copy. I can do this half screen, and then where's the internet? Is this hello? Is that a verb? Conjugate. See, I might need to go look it up because it's saying it's not a verb. Let me double check in my book. This is the English. We want German. So we have N, are you. It does not exist here. Let me double check from the book. Can I reach it from here? I think I can. Maybe it's not a verb. No, it is. Okay, we need to, it is a verb, but it's a special verb because it just doesn't exist. So we're going to put this in bold and italic. Because presumably, since it's a separatable verb, it should be conjugated the same way as the stem part. So let's see if we have that. QRS. Okay, the problem is that because it doesn't exist, it doesn't tell me how to conjugate or what the translation is. Okay, so we do definitely have it in the book. I-U-C, roofing, okay. And it's a separatable verb. Roof, reef. Okay, it does exist. It's just special. But now I need to figure out what this verb means. Colors. I need to double check that. See, this is why this is important. Can I move this so that it's more like a 7? So that's good because I think I also want to add. Yeah, I don't know. The telephone cell. The roof number. This must be a verb. Yes, it is. Verb. prefix. Is it like prefixes? There is. Okay, did I just not mark it? Because I was like not doing that. Or maybe we just don't need to know it. Okay. I'm going to use it anyway because I think that crap's important. D for Wallen. Copy, what are you? Participants. Okay, so it's quite literally the same, but with D. Deelnemer. D. Dash. Wallen. It's a verb. Verb are you? Okay, yes, you are a verb. What about you? Are you a verb? To lead, to bequeath. Not bold. I think this is a preposition. Are you a preposition? I think you are. Yes, you are. What are you? Oh, I think you're a verb. Not to admit, to leave out, so you are a verb. Bold. Oh, no, let's not do that. Bold. Plural where it applies. This is the Bindungen. And this is DAUSKUNT. But there should be an accent on one of the first. What do you mean? I feel like informations isn't something that's said in the singular. Informations. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. Okay, it just says it's information. Okay, so we will highlight. Oh, okay. That was the problem. It's because I forgot to add the E. So if I do this then, maybe it will give me a better indication of what the word's supposed to mean. Okay, that's weird. I don't think it's information then. Let's go to Google Translate and see what it says. German to English. Okay, this is the information. So, okay. SCHLUSSES needs to have. Ooh, let me double check that because then I typed it down wrong. Lesson 2. Yes, I copied it down wrong. So let's fix that in the notes. This should go there. Okay, I think this is a verb. Is it? And then, yeah. So yes, just going to mark this in B, and this will be marked in gold. I don't know what this is. What are you? Oh, is it a verb? I would have not guessed that this. Oh, it is a verb. I would never have guessed that. Okay. So that's a verb. Foo. There we go. What are you? This is also a verb. Okay, did I? Looks like it's the conjugated part of the verb. Occupied. Okay, it could also mean busy or occupies. Okay, I don't think that's actually supposed to be. What is this supposed to be then? Free. Okay, well, these are just supposed to be adjectives then. Oh, this is a verb. Yes. So this is a verb. Verb and then tab. There should be an E or a special accent over the U. So let's find out what this means. The reasons. Reasons. Copy this U since my computer is being dumb. And then what does different and and then if I put like this, does it translate it? I must be doing literal translations. Okie dokie. Meeting. Meetings. Oh, oops. And this should be to English, to German. Okay, so that's with an EM. So this the coffee. I'll come to you.
What?
I'll come to you with some street. I know that you don't. Okie dokie. So it was a business trip. If we say the business trips, it's this word, and we're just going to copy paste that. I think this is a verb. You are a verb, so we will be, and we can highlight these all in green. Spotted. I think that's later. That's, yes, that's later. The day after tomorrow. Okay. This wasn't correct. What do you mean? Next. What do you mean? And beats. I don't understand what that's supposed to mean. But so far, this is good. Going to just do all these because I think some of these might be verbs. Being responsible for acting out, acting about, and talking to. So yeah, I think this is a reflexive verb? No. Okay, no, it's definitely not. Oh, unless it's a verb combination, so Standig is responsible, seen is okay. This whole thing is definitely a verb though. I think. So the verb here is this. 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 And then this part would be in the gold because it has to do with the dative crap or the cases. Now I'd like a little space between, thank you. Are you a verb? I think you are. You are. So, verb. The actually, if I Google, will you tell me how to say this stuff?
Die Auskünfte.
Die Auskünfte.
Die Auskünfte.
How do you say that one?
Die Reklamationen.
Die Reklamationen.
Die Reklamationen.
Man, the things that you do with T. It's like nobody knows how to do T right. Here, we'll do this one. What is this?
Die Rechnungen. Die Rechnungen.
Die Rechnungen. And this one?
Die Rechnung.
Die
Rechnung.
Die Rechnung. What are you?
Gerade. Gerade.
Gerade. It's services. Bestellungen. Let's see how much I butchered that. I think this is pronounced Bestellungen. What do you say, Google?
Die Bestellungen. Die Bestellungen. Die Bestellungen.
Okay, screw the article.
Bestellungen.
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 Man, I suck at pronunciation now. Okay, see, I want to say that this is bestellen because that's how you would say it in Dutch, I think.
Bestellen. Bestellen.
Bestellen.
Bestellen. bestellen,
Bestellen. Okay. Yeah, okay. Cool. This is also a verb. Maybe it's not.
funktionieren,
Funktionieren.
funktionieren,
Pretty sure that's a verb because it ends in en, but maybe it's not because you know what? That would be too much like fun. Funktionieren. No, it is a verb. See, in Dutch, verbs end in en, but when you have something in the plural, it also ends in en. So fun times. B, B, T, Abteilung. Let's see, Google. How do you say this?
Abteilungen,
Abteilungen. Okay, so that's departments. And then what are all of these? Nee, stop. Shipping departments, the sales departments, the marketing departments. Cool.
die Versandabteilung, die Verkaufsabteilung, die Marketingabteilung.
Cool. These are all verbs. Are you a verb? Yes. Die Mitarbeiterin. Nope. Ah. Die Katalog. Die Prospekt. Die Fotos. Paul. I think this is a verb, but it's a very interesting one. Oh, it's to spell.
Buchstabieren.
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 Okay. This is a V. This was a V2. B. B. This is B. Sitzungen. D. Nachrichten. I feel like we already had that. Yes, we did. My memory is good. Are you also a verb? This is a bird, and then this is green. The subject, okay. I wish there was like a hotkey for the highlighter. Probably is, I just don't know where it is. E-A-N-C-E-L-H-E-I-T-E-N. I think all of these are verbs. So let's see if we can do. Okay, so yes, these are all verbs. Wait, no, it should be B. It's not automatically adding the. Okay, the orders. We didn't already have this word. Okay, no. Okay, this is a verb. This might be a verb. Maybe not. I mean, because saying is a verb. Separate sagas. Okay. Say. Super. This. Okay, wait. No. I need to add me. So it's actually this. No. So. Gosh. No, stop. I swear, sometimes I hate word. This is a verb. No, this is also a verb. This is a noun. That's why. Oh. because I forgot to capitalize it. Oh, wait, no. I saw the wrong article. Six. Okay, we're going to put this in italic. Ah, crap. Plural, apparently. E and the and E N A N N E H M L I C H K E I T E N. Don't throw anything for M and D. Ir in bar wrong. Okay, so that is done. And then I want to try something out because you can go to review and then you can translate section. So oh my goodness, this is so cool. And you can insert, okay, so like insert, oh wait, no. Control Z, go back. Okay, this will be really cool. So I think what I can do is I think I will save this as German vocab and then I will do a save as vocab. And then this will be to translate. I think I'll just do the document. But before I do, let me make sure. So I'm going to do an auto translate and see what that does. So review, translate document. Go. The phone books, the calls, numbers, the area code. Okay, so I didn't translate everything. Be responsible. And it just sort of gave up near the end there. Well, this is interesting. We'll keep that. The auto translate. Can we file, save as, trans. Oh wait, no, that's not the one I wanted to save. This hasn't been saved. file. German, auto translate it. Save. Yes. If you click save. Okay, so let's make sure this should be. It didn't though. Did it do this one? Fudge me. Okay, so that's not going to work. I'm just going to have to do it myself, it looks like. That's okay though. So we'll just delete this and delete that. So we have part one done. Let's do, because we have a couple more minutes. This is going to be a verb with green. Seems weird that they didn't give the article with that word, unless I missed it. Oh no, it's because it's a verb. I'm thinking I might have the wrong German B. Okay, German special letter. Because I think I just have the wrong thing to do with it. No, that's oh crap. Okay, I did have the wrong thingy. Copy. Okay, so I actually have the wrong symbols. So let's go into my symbols. That's under insert. You want to do symbols, and apparently I'm an idiot because that's not the right symbol. Okay, hold on. I'm sure. What's the character code? So now we want the character code, which would be, is maybe I can just look that up. More symbols. Can I do a search for character? Okay, well, it says if I do Alt 2, it's the end of the document. So if I do Alt 0, 2, 2, 3. No, that doesn't work. Okay, so we're supposed to do Alt 0, 2, 2, 3, 3. But that doesn't do anything. Character code for Word. Oh, okay. Hold on. Alt. Nope. That doesn't do anything. Okay, let me just see if I can find it. Symbols. Can I go by languages? Okay, so we have Latin. Adjustment. Is this it? Oh. Let's see, what does this do? Character code. Okay, how? Okay, so I want to hit Control plus and an S. Okay, we're just going to randomly insert it there. This way it's in the thingy. So let's go to the end of the document. And according to the document, if I hit, what did I need to hit? More symbols. Control plus and, okay, so control, where's and? Control and S. Okay. Control and plus S. Now, how do you insert a stupid code? Wait, shortcut key. Can I change? Oh, press new shortcut key. Control Alt S. There we go. Sign. So you should be able to do Control L. Yes, I'm so smart. Okay, let's save. Well, okay guys, I'm going to leave you. I'm gonna go have lunch. Then I'll be working on Excel with Prince Charming. How was your Christmas? I went to study time. I didn't do anything for Christmas. I stayed home. We had a special dinner. I took some time off, but I still studied. I did, I can tell you. I did 3 hours. Oh wait, no. I took a 3-hour break on the 24th. So I did 8 to noon and then I took the afternoon off. And then on the 25th, I did 2 hours in the morning and then 3 hours in the evening. So took a long lunch and then I slept in. Okay, we're all done with this. I will see you guys at 3? Yeah, 3. So join me then if you want, and it's nice to see you guys. I hope you're studying all well, but I'm really hungry, so I'm gonna go eat. Tootsies, my apple scenes.